Hi, creative friends. This is Freya, and thank you so much for being here. So, I am back at this spread over here in Painting the Feminine, an art journal by Connie Solera. And I have to tell you guys that I am just delighted with this red. I am so enthralled and I just am absolutely loving it. And it feels like me now. And this is a great lesson for myself and for anyone watching, because when I was, thinking about, oh, maybe I should use the lime green to match this to pick up on the, this little part over here, or maybe I should use this particular pink, which is not my ideal pink for me, for my aesthetic. Um, or when I put that cream, the chalk paint, it wasn't what was resonating with my soul. And it's just a good lesson for me to always, always, always come back to what Connie Solera says, which is love what you love. Because I'm just like so happy just looking at this. Like I don't even have to do anything more to this piece because and even this bindi over here, which is not a full circle, it's a 3/4 circle, but it just makes me so freaking happy just looking at it. So I am just absolutely loving this. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on the face a little bit and I'm going to try not to get too obsessive with it. And I'm also going to use some oil pastels because I think that this spread really is going to benefit from it. And, it's like the icing on the cake kind of thing. So I am going to just work a little bit here. And because I'm so in love with this red, like normally I would think purple and red would clash, but I don't even mind it. Like it's not even like bothering me at all. Um, I don't know. And I think that's a good message to me to not be so closed in with my color, like my, I guess, presuppositions of what colors go and don't go. Like I need to kind of experiment more. And one of the things I am going to try to do is to bring more purples into my art. And I do love some purples, but they usually lean more towards the pinky side. I don't particularly like that shade. And I don't know that I don't like it. It's just that I don't know how to pair it with colors that I like. And so I'm just going to like make some details over here. And I don't think that nose is placed properly. Let me, that's one of the great things about the Stabilo is you can kind of, you can just get a paper towel and wet it and then you can just erase it. Oh, and that's not working out either. I'm going to get back to basics here and do some measurements. For some reason, it's not working. I got to make some measurements here. So, let's see. And you guys, I leave all my so-called mistakes and everything in my videos because I just think it's a great learning tool. Um, and not only for somebody watching this video, but for me as well. It's just, I learned so much because I watch my videos before I post them, like each one of them. And I learned so much myself just by watching my own videos. And what I just learned about the measurements there is, just stick to basics, get back to basics. So now what I'm going to do is I am just going to bring in some oil pastels. I have my Karen Dosh over here, and I also have a cheaper brand, which is the NGYO. I probably am not saying that right at all. Let me see what it is. It is a Korean brand, and it's tends to be a bit on the cheaper side here. It's this one right here, MUNGYO. And with normally with art supplies, I would say buy the best you can afford, and a little goes a long way. So I would rather have, 3 really high quality paints than 100 low quality paints. But when it comes to oil pastels, it is a little bit different in my opinion, because sometimes you want a harder mark. Like you don't always want a soft, buttery sennelier type of mark. Sometimes I just want like a harder kind of a line. And so I think that the cheaper oil pastels are great for so many different uses, like sketches, or if you need to make like, you know, a particular design or pattern or something like that. Because you don't always want a very melting kind of a mark, I guess. And I'm going to bring some of this oil pastel into here. And I'm so loving this yellow halo over here. And I think I'm going to bring some white into the mix here. And maybe I'm going to add some of the blue into the hair over here. And, the great thing about working in an art journal, and especially working in a book like this, is I am totally not concerned with reality. So I'm completely departing from reality. And so I'm like, oh, she wants to have blue hair. So she has blue hair. I'm not thinking about anything. I'm not even thinking about anything in a realistic sense in terms of space or color or anything like that. And that's because in this book, Connie doesn't. And the book that I'm using, when I'm incorporating the images into my own work, it's going to highly influence my work as well. So maybe if you are choosing to work in a very realistic book with the images, then that might influence your work as well. And that's like part of the fun of working in this way. Now I am using some of this purple, so for me that's like a big deal. It's a purpley blue. So you guys, I might, come back and tweak a few things on this page, but for the most part, it is done. And what I'm going to do is I did do a flip through of the first, say, 20 pages or so, because I did work in the book, and I did do a flip through of that, and I did a video on it. So once I get to another, say, 20 pages or so, I'll do another flip through, and it should be interesting to me to see like how I've grown and how I've changed by working in this book. It's such an amazing idea, and I wouldn't have thought to do it if Connie hadn't have talked about it, and then actually publish her own journal to use in this very way. And what I love the most about this spread is the quote over here: the undeniable radiance of someone who is not afraid to grow, be free, and thrive. And I absolutely, absolutely, absolutely love it. It's so delicious. I wrote it down in my journal, and it so aligns with my intentions for the year. So, thank you so much for watching. This is the last part of me working in the Painting the Feminine art journal for this particular spread. I hope that it has been interesting, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.